As a starting artist,
Yep.
how do you build confidence?
Well, doing is really, really, really important. When you are just starting to, I think it's an interesting thing. Like, people are eager a lot of times to move to the bigger cities where there is a ton of artists, and there can be the perceived idea that there's lots of opportunity, and there is, but also think about there's a lot more people. So that is going to be, if there is, a lot more cookies in the oven, that's great, more batches, but if you also have more mouths to feed, then you might have to end up by like cutting those in half, whereas you might have a dozen, cookies and muffins in the oven, like I have this morning, and you only have a few people to feed. There's going to be a lot more there to be had, even for later, right? So I think there is something that I advise, and comment below if you don't. If you don't agree, that's awesome. Let's have a discussion. But I think it can be really helpful to start locally, to really build your confidence with the venues that are around you, and maybe aren't as intimidating when you're sitting there, because I found so many people go off to college, right? And all of a sudden they're like the local star, or they have a lot around here, and then they go there and all of a sudden they're around the best of the best, and people just tend to drop out of it because it's so intimidating, they can't handle it. And so I think it's really important that you build your foundation, your confidence, and do lots of different things, and then also have a healthy mindset going there that, yeah, you're going to be around some of the best, but also utilize that opportunity. Being around the best of the best is awesome. That can pull you up. So rather than sitting there and feel defeated by that, use it as a moment to kind of like pull yourself up to the occasion, to get even better. And I think those are the people that end up by making this a career. Is there's certain mindsets, there's certain building blocks that start. There's a great foundation, there's some confidence there, there's an understanding that this is going to take time to build. There's an understanding that as you progress, not fearing being around the best and learning from them. There is an acceptance of moving into this, of being your authentic self and moving past the copy someone. What's the other word for copy? Jillian, help me out.
Imitation.
Yes. Chemo brain, I found out it's a real thing, guys. So bear with me. I think I'm doing fairly good overall. So you have to move past certain phases. It's very common for people when they start to be copying people, to be imitating people, because they're learning, right? And you're almost going to kind of go into that same thing when you move into the higher realms there. So you build your confidence, and your confidence too is going to keep building into different layers of confidence as you build your way in this industry, right? You might find you all of a sudden are at this point where you're like, I am amazing, and then you move to the next level and you're like, oh crap. But you stick with that, you learn, you grow, and you're gonna find you're gonna come to that same point, and you might find as you go to the next layer, you just kind of go through that whole cycle again. So, hope that helps.